So let's get started. Everyone can see the screen, right? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So what we have is the manufacturing question from May, June 2023. All the concepts. So we have May, June 2023 paper. This question was come in paper 3.1, variant 1 and variant 3.3. Okay. So paper 3, variant 1 and paper 3, variant 3 as well. Okay. So we have manufacturing accounts. Getting it, guys? Following? And we have to solve this 25 marks question. A lot of information is available. So let's get started quickly, okay? Getting it clear, following? Any problems? Are you getting it clear?
Yes.
The directors of W Limited, a manufacturing company, have provided the following information for the year ended 31st December 2022. So students need to understand that the directors of W Limited, a manufacturing company, is there, and we have provided the following information. So make sure formats are important in manufacturing accounts, as well as how you do it and how you understand this. Okay, everyone with me? Getting it clear? So we have revenue, we have purchase of raw materials, direct labor, carriage inwards, carriage outwards, okay, factory overheads, administrative expenses, selling and distribution cost, rent and rates, all the cost of the non-current assets, inventories at cost, okay, very important to understand that inventories are at cost, then provision for depreciation, and then these are the adjustments, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So we have to find out depreciation. We need to understand the concept of provision for unrealized profit. Are you guys there with me following? Clear, understood? Then we
Yes.
have finished goods were transferred to the trading section. Profit and like some adjustments are there. Closing inventories are given. Some expenses were accrued, so we have to work them out as well. Okay. So what does the question says? First thing is basically we have to read the source C in the insert. Both everyone following, right? We have to read the source C in the insert and then find out, explain why a manufacturing business provide for unrealized profit for 2 marks. Okay, students, everyone getting it? Okay, why the you have been given a lot of lines. Okay, a lot of lines are given to us. So for 2 marks, we have to write down why a manufacturing business provides for unrealized profit. So let me know, why does it do that? Anyone knows about it? So we need to understand, sir. Guys, are you there with me following? Can you guys hear me right? Everyone can hear me right? Clear? Not a
Yes.
problem. Yep. Okay. So what do we have is the reason that we can write is basically the manufacturing account is there because of the prudence concept. Manufacturing business will provide for the unrealized profit because of the prudence concept as well. Well, manufacturing business will, we can say that manufacturing business applies the prudence concept. Are you guys following with me? Manufacturing business applies prudence concept for the purpose of unrealized profit. And why it is, we already know that the prudence concept says that if you are going to achieve a gain, you cannot record until it is achieved. Okay, so for the purpose of अनरियलाइज प्रॉफिट अनरियल अगर आपको कोई लॉस पहले से एस्टिमेट हो रहा है, आप सोच रहे हैं कि लॉस होने वाला है, तो आप उसको रिकॉर्ड करते हैं, लेकिन जब तक गेन नहीं होगा जब तक आप रिकॉर्ड नहीं करेंगे. एंड दैट इज व्हाई द एडजस्टमेंट फॉर अनरियलाइज प्रॉफिट इज मेड बिकॉज द कॉन्सेप्ट सेज के मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बिजनेस में व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू हैव इज बेसिकली कि वी हैव समथिंग लाइक कि आपको जो है वो आपकी फिनिश गुड्स पे आप फैक्ट्री में जो काम हो रहा होगा उस पे आप प्रॉफिट चार्ज करते हैं. एवरीवन गेटिंग इट? व्हेन अ बिजनेस मैन्युफैक्चर्स द गुड्स, it will charge a factory profit on it. Okay, जब business manufacturing good करेगा तो it will charge the factory profit on it. And the factory profit जो भी earn हुआ है, it was not sure कि वो 100% उसी साल का है. It might be कि उसमें closing inventory के goods हो जो कि some goods होंगे जो कि नहीं sell हुए हो. Getting it? And that is why the adjustment for unrealized profit is needed. Okay, are you guys with me following? सो जब अभी हम क्वेश्चन भी सॉल्व करेंगे पूरा तो हम देखेंगे कि जो बिजनेस गुड मैन्युफैक्चर कर रहा है, इट इज चार्जिंग अ फैक्ट्री प्रॉफिट ऑन इट. जो फैक्ट्री प्रॉफिट है, जो टोटल अमाउंट है, वो टोटल फैक्ट्री प्रॉफिट रियलाइज नहीं है. प्रूडेंस कॉन्सेप्ट आ रहा है, टोटल फैक्ट्री प्रॉफिट जो है वो अनरियलाइज कंप्लीटली रियलाइज नहीं है. उसमें सम पोर्शन ऐसा है जो कि फिनिश गुड्स की इन्वेंट्री से रिलेटेड है, जो कि वो अभी तक सेल नहीं होंगे एट द एंड ऑफ देयर, सो वी हैव टू रिमूव दैट. ओके, एवरीवन गेटिंग इट? सो दैट इज व्हाई वी से दैट फ्रॉम द अनरियलाइज प्रॉफिट, from the unrealized profit you have to कि जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग बिजनेस ये करता है इसीलिए है क्योंकि अनरियलाइज प्रॉफिट नीड्स टू बी सबट्रैक्टेड। सही है, द अनरियलाइज प्रॉफिट जो है उसको डिडक्ट करना पड़ता है। आर यू गाइस गेटिंग इट? Unrealized profit, 2 points, 2 good points you have to write down. Unrealized profit is to be deducted from the factory profit, okay, from the factory profit, or are you guys getting it? Unrealized profit is to be deducted from the closing inventory at cost. Are you guys getting it? From the closing inventory. Following, getting the reason, guys?
Yes.
From the closing inventory of the finished goods, from the closing inventory of the finished goods, ट्रांसफर वैल्यू एज वेल, ओके, जो ट्रांसफर वैल्यू होती है, ट्रांसफर वैल्यू ही कह सकते हैं, ओके। नेक्स्ट थिंग वी हैव टू मेक स्टूडेंट्स द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट, ओके, सो वी हैव टू प्रिपेयर द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंट and that is basically of 6 marks, okay, with me following, for the year ended 31st December 2022, and we have to make for 6 marks the manufacturing account. So let's get started with how we are going to make the manufacturing account. The format I've already shared with you, okay, understood with me, getting it? Any problems, let me know. Following, guys? So we'll have to do a lot of workings and adjustments, and that's how we'll be able to get the manufacturing account. Okay, everyone with me? Got it? Any questions? There's also the recent paper, okay, of May, June 2023. Guys, they're following. So always remember, what do you start with? We always start with opening inventory, okay, so opening inventory of the raw materials we always start with, so it's because we have to make for the year ended 31st December 2022, students. So we're always going to start with the opening inventory of raw materials at $8,000, okay, so it will be $8,000. That is inventory of raw materials at 1st Jan 2022, okay, inventory of raw materials at 1st Jan 2022. Getting it clear? Following, guys? So opening inventory of raw materials at 1st Jan 2022. In that you are going to add the purchases. Can you guys hear me? In that you are going to add the purchases of raw
Yes.
materials. Whatever you have done the purchases, make sure there is no adjustment related to purchases. So there is no adjustment related to purchases. And let's mark it out whatever we are done with. So inventory of raw materials we have taken into account. Then we have purchases of raw materials at 198,000. Everyone getting it? So here we go, 198,000 is the purchases of raw materials. And then we subtract, if there is any return inwards or carriage inwards, we have to add. Return inwards will be subtracted, students, and carriage inwards will be added. Okay, so we have it. Everyone with me? Always remember that carriage inwards will become part of this. Okay, so we have carriage inwards as well. There's according to format as well. Is everyone there? And there might be marks as well. Sometimes students forget this. So carriage inwards, basically, if anyone wants to know the definition of carriage inwards, it is basically that cost that is bringing in the production. Okay, wherever you bought the raw materials from, you have to get the raw materials from that place to the warehouse or to your factory. That cost is basically called carriage inwards, which is considered part of the inventory cost sometimes as well. Okay, so carriage inwards is basically that cost कि अगर आपने फैक्ट कहीं और किसी और फैक्ट्री से परचेज किया रॉ मटेरियल्स, और आपकी जो फैक्ट्री है वो लोकेशन कहीं और है, किसी और जगह से आपने परचेज करा, यू हैव टू ट्रैवल फ्रॉम लोकेशन एक्स टू लोकेशन वाई टू ब्रिंग द गुड्स टू योर फैक्ट्री. That is how you'll apply the carriage inwards cost. Okay, getting it clear? Carriage outwards will not come here. Carriage outwards is a part of the office expense, so it will come in the income statement. Everyone getting it? Carriage outwards will come in later. Okay, guys, following? Carriage outward doesn't come in the manufacturing cost. Okay, it is part of the office related. Always remember, in manufacturing account you will only relate to the factory cost. Okay, any cost that is related to factory you are going to accommodate. Okay, students, any cost that is related to factory we are going to accommodate that. With me following? So carriage inwards will be added 3100. Guys, following? Understood? This is the
Yes.
cost that was used to bring the raw materials into the factory. So 3100 is carriage inwards. And similarly, now you, because you don't have any return inwards of the raw materials or sales return of the raw materials, so it will be less simple, the closing inventory at the end of the year. Okay, so inventory of raw materials at 31st December 2022. So you just have to subtract the closing inventory of raw materials. Understood? So what is the closing inventory of raw materials? Let's have a look. This is also given at cost. So closing inventory of raw materials is 10,500. Getting it, students? Clear? Following? So the first part is completed. You might not be getting marks for any of this, okay? Because the examiner is giving marks very less. It's only 6 marks, so I'm pretty sure they must not be giving the marks for these things, that is inventory of raw materials, purchase of raw materials. Yeah, they might give you mark for carriage inwards, okay? Because this a lot of students must have forgot, okay? So cost of raw materials consumed will come, okay, everyone? So we got, sir, cost of raw materials consumed. Everyone getting it clear? So it will be 8,000 plus 198,000, 3,100 minus 10,500, okay? It will be 198,600, okay? Everyone getting it? 198,600 is the cost of raw materials consumed. And clear, getting it clear? Following?
Yes.
Hello? Cost of raw materials consumed, we got that. The next thing is, once we got the cost of raw materials consumed, we need to find the prime cost, student. And prime cost is basically direct materials plus direct labor. So we need to find out where is the yeah, here we go, students. That's direct labor is available here. Direct labor is 164,000. See if there's any adjustment for direct labor. No, we don't have any adjustment for direct labor. Make sure you look it out if there's any direct expense as well, like royalties or something. So there is only one expense, that is direct labor. So we'll write it down that this is, sir, one expense only, 164,000 of that direct labor. Okay, getting it, students, clear? Any questions? Let me know. Direct labor, we got that. Okay, clear on this? And then you add them because there is no other of it. So you can simply say that this will be prime cost. Okay, everyone with me, getting it, students? Clear? Following? This will be prime cost. 198,600 plus 164,000. So I'm getting this as 362,600, and this will be our prime cost. See any doubts? Let me know. Any questions? I'll explain again. Yep, guys, getting it. Prime cost तक clear हो गया? 367,600. Everyone got
Yes.
this?
Clear.
Okay. Once you are done with the prime cost, you have to add the factory overheads. So here we go. We'll be doing about the factory overheads now, sir. So factory overheads will be simple. How many factory overheads we have? So let's work it out. Okay, students. So what we can see here is the factory overheads. Let's do. Factory overheads are 98,000. Everyone getting it? Factory overheads are 98,000, but we might have more values in this. Okay. So we already know that in factory overheads, there is the rent that will be going as well, factory overheads. Okay, please read adjustment number 5. Everyone there with me? Following? Rent is 6,000 accrued on 31st December 2022. So rent of 36 rent of 6,000 was accrued on 31st December. Rent and rates are to be split between the factory overheads, administrative expenses, selling and distribution in the ratio of 5 is to 2 is to 3. So we have to, students, understand कि जो rent and rates हैं, everyone with me, कि sir जो rent and rates हैं वो हमने क्या करने होंगे? Rent and rates को हमने फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स के अंदर शामिल करना पड़ेगा. तो रेंट एंड रेट्स का सम प्रोपोर्शन ऑफ द एक्सपेंस, एज आई सेड कि रेंट एंड रेट्स इज अ कंप्लीट एक्सपेंस. ये 74,000 एक कंप्लीट एक्सपेंस है. आर यू गाइस गेट विद मी? फॉलोइंग? ठीक है गाइस, आर यू गाइस देयर? रेंट जो रेट्स है वो
Yes.
74,000 वो टोटल ईयर का है. लेकिन हमने इसमें जो है अपोर्शन करने के, इसमें कुछ कुछ एक्सपेंस जो है वो एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन डिपार्टमेंट का है, कुछ एक्सपेंस सेलिंग एंड डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन का, एंड कुछ एक्सपेंस फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स का है. तो दैट्स व्हाट वी हैव टू डू. सो लेट्स डू इट हियर ओनली. ओके, सो व्हाट वी आर गोइंग टू डू, दैट्स व्हाट वी ऑलरेडी नो that this is 74,000. Rent and rates are 74,000. 6,000 is accrued. So we'll do 74,000 plus 6,000. Okay. Everyone with me? Following? So let's do it here. That we already know factory overheads are 98,000. Are you guys here with me? Let's do it here. 98,000 are the factory overheads, plus this is there. Then we also have the rent, that is 74,000 plus 6,000 you have to add. And you need to give them, tell them what is the ratio. 5 is to 3 is to 2, which means that this will be 5 over 10 for it. Okay. Are you guys getting it? It will be 5 is to 10 for it. Okay. It will be 74,000 plus 6,000 is 80,000, sir. 80,000 into 5 over 10, it's 40,000, and 40,000 plus the factory overheads of 98,000, it will become, sir, 138,000. Everyone getting it clear? The factory overheads are 138,000. Everyone got this? See, with the help of
Yes.
the calculator, I have done. Okay. With the help of the calculator, I've done it, students. Let me know everyone got it. I'll repeat the point here. So it's very simple. We have, follow carefully in the box, we have 74,000 as the rent. 6,000 was accrued. So 74,000 plus 6,000 is 80,000. And with the 80,000, we split it into 5 is to 3 is to 2, 5 is to 2 is to 3, which is 5 for the factory overhead. So 5 upon 10, or you can say 50% as well, that half of the rent and rates are being apportioned to the factory overheads. Getting it, students? Half of the rent and rates are to be split to the factory overheads. Factory overheads, we have already 98,000 were the factory overheads, and we got it more as 40,000 more. So that's why it becomes 98,000 plus 40,000. It becomes 138,000. Everyone got it? How we got the factory overheads? Also remember that make sure don't miss out on this, the depreciation, okay? The depreciation of any equipment that is related to factory will be done here, okay? The depreciation, guys, following in the manufacturing account, you have to do depreciation for the factory machinery. See, there are three assets: factory machinery, office equipment, and delivery van. Okay, students need to understand office equipment and delivery van are both of the income statement items. They are basically both related to the office, okay, office and shop. Factory machinery is related to factory, and anything that is related to factory will come in where? Anything that is related to factory will come in manufacturing accounts. Getting it, students? So that is why, what is the policy? Let's read it and let's do it. So on factory machinery, it is 15% per annum using the reducing balance method. Guys, with me? It is 15% per annum using reducing balance method. So here we go. Factory machinery is 144,000. Depreciation is 84,000. So 144,000 minus 84,000, and then I'll apply. Okay, so it will be 144,000 minus this 84,000 into the 15%. So cost minus depreciation is our net book value, and that's how we are going to get. You can also do the working below as well. Okay, once like by taking out the by writing out working number one W1, and you can do that. So 9,000 is also the factory overheads. Are getting it, guys? 9,000 also come in the factory overheads adding, and anything else is not there. No other expenses are there that is related to factory, so you can add them and get the cost. Okay, so 138,000 plus 9,000, that makes it, students, everyone with me, 147,000. Okay, and then we just add these two together, so 147,000 plus 362,600. So I'm getting this as, students, 509,600. Okay, understood? Clear on this? Let me know, anyone, any doubts, anything? There is no name for this thing. Okay, जब आप प्राइम कॉस्ट को, guys getting it? जब हम प्राइम कॉस्ट को फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स के
Yes.
साथ जब हम प्राइम कॉस्ट को फैक्ट्री ओवरहेड्स के साथ हम इसको ऐड करेंगे, तो there is no heading for this. We got 509,600 till now. The next format, according to the format, make sure you have to add the opening work in progress. Okay, so work in progress, opening work in progress gets added, students. Okay, guys, with me? Following work in progress, opening will be added, so it will be 1st Jan 2022. It's very easy. And the closing work in progress is subtracted. Okay, what do you mean by work in progress, students? Work in progress are those products that are semi finished, not finished completely. एक होते हैं finished products जो कि closing inventory होती है, एक होती है opening inventory raw materials की, और एक होती है inventory work in progress की. ये कुछ products हैं जो कि अभी कंप्लीटली फिनिश नहीं है, 100% कंप्लीटेड नहीं है, कोई फॉल्ट है, कोई डैमेज है जो कि हमें रिप्लेस करना है उसमें. सो दोज आर कॉल्ड, जैसे होता है वर्क, दैट्स व्हाई दे आर कॉल्ड वर्क इन प्रोग्रेस. ओके, गेटिंग इट? फॉलोइंग? So here we go, sir. Let's add them. It will be the work in progress opening inventory. Opening inventory of work in progress was how much? 17,300. Can you guys see? 17,300 is the opening inventory. And sir, closing inventory is 16,900. Okay. Got it, guys? Both of them will be written at cost. So it will be simple, sir. 17,300 is the opening work in progress inventory. And subtract 16,900, the closing work in progress inventory. Guys, got this clear? And that's where you will get the cost of production or the manufacturing cost. So we can say any word. We can use whatever word you want to use. Cost of goods manufactured, you can use. Okay. Better to use cost of goods manufactured. Okay. That's the better word. Or cost of production, cost of goods manufactured. Okay. Understood, students? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. After this, the main thing will start. Okay, 17,300 minus 16,900 is coming as 400 positive, and then 509,600 plus 400 positive. I got it as 510,000. Okay, students. So I'm getting cost of goods manufactured as 510,000. And now, because this is the cost, okay, students, students need to understand that this is the cost coming of the manufacturing account. that this company who is manufacturing goods, we need to understand this is the total cost coming of the manufacturing goods for the year. And in that, you are going to add the manufacturing profit. Okay, students with me? अब हम manufacturing profit को add करेंगे. Is this, are you guys with me following clear on this? Guys there? So how do you add the manufacturing profit जो कि transfer होगा? Because whoever is working in the factory and in the manufacturing department, they also need the money, right? So manufacturing profit कैसे add होगा? They are telling us very simply, follow this adjustment clearly and carefully, that at 31st December, are you guys there with me? At 31st December, end of the year, okay? At 31st December, end of the year, finished goods were transferred. Finished goods were transferred from the manufacturing account to the trading section of the statement of profit and loss at a transfer value of 632,400, which means, students, that they are already telling us that what is the transfer value. Everyone getting it? What is the transfer value? So you don't have to do anything. You can simply take help from this. Understand the importance here, that when you add the manufacturing profit in the cost of goods manufactured, you get the transfer value, the transfer price, or the transfer value of goods manufactured. Okay, everyone getting it? Transfer value of the goods manufactured. Understood, students? So that's all, already we know this, and you can find out by 20% as well, because the percentage will remain the same, as the company is saying that we charge 20% on it. Okay, everyone getting it, guys? Clear? So I'll just copy down the number here. That is 632,400, students. Guys, there with me? And the manufacturing profit will be the difference between them. Okay, 632,400 minus that thing. Okay, 510,000. Can you guys hear me? Follow? Are you guys there? 122,400 is the manufacturing profit. Okay, understood? Clear?
Yes.
Okay. You can also find out by reading this adjustment as well, that at the end of the year, they were transferred to cost plus 20%. So let's see, 510,000 into 20% is, no, this is different. Okay. What we need to understand, students, this second number adjustment, I'll explain that as well. This is basically for the last year. They are telling us कि last year जो था वो 20% rate था. ठीक है, everyone getting it? Last year कितना rate था, students? 20% rate था for the year ended 31st December 2021. And what is this rate? This rate is for transferring the goods. क्या आपने आपकी जो cost आ रही है उसमें आप कितना markup add करते हैं अपना? Everyone getting it? Clear? How much markup you add up in your cost, that is 20% for the year ended 31st December 2022. And how much we are adding it in the year of 31st December 2022? Let's work it out. So you can work, although the question is finished, but students need to understand that we can work it out, that 122,400 divided by 510,000 into 100, we will get how much we are adding this year. 122,400 divided by 510,000 into 100. So we are adding 24% this time. Okay, students, getting it? Is everyone there with me? You can work this out and understand that 2022 mein the percentage of the markup being added is 24%. Previous year mein it was only 20%. Okay, guys, with me following? Understood on this? It's very important. Okay.
Yes.
So this part is done. We have got 8 marks up till now. I'll just zoom out so that everyone can take a picture. Please take a picture of this, revise it. Let me explain that part again, part A again, because now it's very simple and we can clearly see as well. Students need to understand okay, why there is a need for unrealized profit. That was the question. Okay, why there is a need for unrealized profit? So the need for unrealized profit is that this 122,400, that this profit. Everyone with me? Follow in the बॉक्स ओके 122,400 जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रॉफिट है इसमें कुछ प्रॉफिट अनरियलाइज्ड होगा कुछ प्रॉफिट जो है वो नहीं हमने अर्न किया होगा वो रियलाइज नहीं हुआ होगा ऑफ द क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री जो क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री होगी ना फिनिश गुड्स की उसका प्रॉफिट हमने इसमें से रिमूव करना है जो कि हम रिमूव करेंगे स्टेटमेंट ऑफ प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस में से एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी हैव टू मेक दिस एज वेल व्हिच इज ऑफ 14 मार्क्स. The main important thing is, students, that you need, this is good question, you can get as many marks as possible if you do things correct and if you do the workings properly. Okay, everyone with me? So now we'll work out how do you make the statement of profit and loss. Are you guys there with me following? How do we have to make the statement of profit and loss with the format of the manufacturing accounts? Okay, any questions on this page? I'll repeat myself again. Previously, it was 20% for the last year, 2021. The finished goods were transferred at 20%. Now, in the year of 2022, finished goods are transferring at the rate of 24%. Okay, students. And if you, but आप directly judge नहीं कर सकते थे इस question में, क्योंकि उन्होंने mention नहीं किया था. Can you guys see in इस question उन्होंने in इस question में उन्होंने mention नहीं किया था. So that was the tricky part here. They have given you the value. They have given you the final value, sir. That's 632,400. 632,400 is basically the transfer value, and cost of goods manufactured is 510,000. So the difference between them is the manufacturing profit. Understood? Move forward. और फिर मैंने बाद में rate निकाल लिया. Got it, guys? Clear? Moving forward, right? Any questions, any doubts? Let me know. So now we have to make the income statement, sir. Okay, everyone with me? So let's do the income statement, guys. Okay, everyone? Following, guys? Hello? As always, everyone knows that
Yes.
how does the income statement starts? The name is changed now. It is statement of profit and loss. Always remember the income statement starts with the revenue, right, everyone? So revenue of all of that. So let's copy the revenue from their students. Revenue, what we have is 984,000. Okay. So revenue is what we have is 984,000. Guys with me, $984,000 is the revenue. And then you do the cost of sales in that. Okay, guys with me, following? Less cost of sales. There is no return inwards, okay? No goods have been returned, okay? So revenue minus the cost of the sales, okay? So it will be revenue is less, revenue is the less cost of sales, okay? So let's work it out, the cost of sales, okay? We will have opening inventory of the finished goods now, okay? Everyone with me? Guys following? We will have the opening inventory of the finished goods now. So can you repeat, sorry, the question? Anyone's, is there any question? Let me know. Guys, students, hello. We need to understand that inventories are is given at cost. Okay, so inventory जो है वो cost पे given है finished goods की. So always remember according to the format, right? According to the format and according to the method, because we have to accommodate for the unrealized profit. So always remember for manufacturing accounts, opening inventory जो होगी, the inventory of the finished goods will be at transfer price. Okay, inventory of finished goods will be at what? The transfer price. Okay, students, getting it? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, inventory of the finished goods will be at that transfer price. TP means transfer price, okay, because of the space problem. Inventory of the finished goods will be at transfer price. So students need to understand that opening inventory is 45,000, but this is at cost. ठीक है, this is at cost. तो आपने क्या करना पड़ेगा? Simply you will have to, and because the opening inventory किसकी है? Opening inventory of 1st January 2022, which will be the closing inventory of which one? 1st January 2022 की जो ओपनिंग इन्वेंट्री होगी वो 31st December 2021 की क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री होगी, राइट? 31st December 2021 को क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री थी, वो नेक्स्ट ईयर ओपनिंग बन गई, और 20% प्रॉफिट उसका जो मार्कअप है वो परसेंटेज है. तो स्टूडेंट्स नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि आप क्या करेंगे. आप 45,000 पे, ये तो कॉस्ट पे नहीं शो करते, ऑलवेज रिमेंबर इन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग अकाउंटिंग आप कॉस्ट पे नहीं शो करते. 45,000 इज द कॉस्ट, इसको आप 120% पे शो करेंगे. गेटिंग इट स्टूडेंट्स? क्लियर? ताकि वो इन्वेंट्री जो है उसमें अनरियलाइज प्रॉफिट का गेन आ जाएगा. इज गेटिंग इट क्लियर? सो फॉलो वेरी केयरफुली. This will be 54,000 for opening inventory of finished goods. Understood? Clear? Any problem? Guys, got it? Any questions? Let me know.
Clear.
सही है. तो इन्वेंट्री ऑफ फिनिश्ड गुड्स आ गई. फिर हम इसमें सर ऐड कर देंगे. वी विल ऐड द ट्रांसफर वैल्यू. Just that is a copy figure. Transfer value of the goods manufactured. So it will be simple, sir. ये तो easy हो जाएगा. Transfer value of goods manufactured. That will be 632,400. यहाँ से आप copy करते हो इस figure को. It will be 632,400 as the transfer value of goods manufactured. Got it, students? फिर same आप apply करेंगे for the closing inventory. तो let's start from here. कि inventory of the finished goods at the end of the year. This will be also at the transfer price, students, at 31st December 2022. Are you guys getting it? तो इसकी भी वर्किंग शो कर दें एग्जामिनर को कि सेम वे में वर्किंग होगी. इट्स जस्ट के क्लोजिंग इन्वेंट्री. फॉलो वेरी केयरफुली, जस्ट मेक श्योर रीड इट आउट. समटाइम्स स्टूडेंट्स, इन्वेंट्रीज आर वैल्यूड एट ट्रांसफर प्राइस. बहुत सारे क्वेश्चन जब आप सॉल्व करेंगे you will find out that inventories were mentioned at the transfer price. So here we can see that inventories were valued at cost, which means this value is also at cost. That is $52,000 is at cost. Okay, getting it? $52,000 is at cost. So we need to do, but our markup for this year markup is what? 24%, right? This year markup is 24%. So it will be the closing inventory of the finished goods will be what it will be, students? The value of this, whatever the value was, 52,000. 52,000 is the value, guys, getting it? And multiply 52,000 multiply by 124%, okay? To get the final value, okay? Understood, guys? Clear? Or let's not do it here. Let's do in the working section that this is working number one. Guys, with me following? And let's do the working number one here, okay, students? Following? 52,000 is this, right? 52,000 into 124%, okay? Any problems, any doubts, guys? Got it? The percentage will be different, okay? That's the important thing to learn here, okay? Understand here. So the closing inventory of finished goods are coming 64,480. Let me know, got this clear? Any problem, anyone, any questions? Got it, guys? With this, you will get the gross profit. The guys, I'm waiting for response. Any doubts? With this, we will get the gross profit, sir. That is the trading profit as well. You can say the trading profit or the gross profit as well. 54,000 plus 50 plus get the cost of sales. Everyone with me, guys, following? So I'm getting this as 621,000,
Yes.
920. We subtract from 984,000. We subtract this answer. I'm getting it as 362,000, 362,080. Okay, 362,080. Now follow very carefully another. It's just a bit different. The format is different that we take the finished goods at transfer price. Okay, inventory is taken it. After the gross profit is done, you will add back the manufacturing profit as well. Okay, students, everyone getting it? So understand very carefully when the gross profit is done. So we will have to do the manufacturing profit adding in it. Okay. So how much was the manufacturing profit? It was 122,400, the manufacturing profit. Okay, students. So 122,400 is the manufacturing profit. Everyone getting it? And you will have to make the adjustment now. Now is the time, the part A tha, we are accommodating it that by because of this information that W Limited maintains a provision for unrealized profit account. So W Limited maintains a provision for unrealized profit account. That is what we need to maintain. That we need to remove from here. We need to remove or we need to remove or add here the unrealized profit or unrealized profit balance. Okay, everyone getting it? Guys, with me following? Any questions? Let me know.
Clear.
Any problem? So there is, you can say that the unrealized profit adjustment, you can simply write down unrealized profit adjustment and follow the T account. That will help you in other questions as well. Although there is no requirement of here to make a T account here, but just as you know, because I do in detail, so we are doing it in detail. Working number two, let's do it here. Working number two, how do you make the unrealized profit account? That is how you will make the unrealized profit account. Again, this it's a similar type of provisions like provision for depreciation जैसे बनाते हैं ना, provision for bad debts, तो वैसे ही बनाना है हमने accounts. Everyone getting it? So it's the provision for unrealized profit account. Okay, understood, students? Clear? Guys, following? Provision for unrealized profit account. Always
Yes.
remember every provision will have the balance brought down here. So this is the opening balance. Everyone getting it? This will be the opening balance. And then we will have the closing balance here as well. Okay. So opening balance and the closing balance. So how will we find out the opening balance, students? It's very simple. Opening balance is the opening inventory of finished goods. Follow carefully. Opening balance is the opening inventory of finished goods unrealized. So 45,000 into opening inventory was at the rate of 20% margin. So you will say that, so it is simple. This is 45,000 into 20%. Okay, understood? Guys, with me, getting it clear? Any questions, any problems?
Clear.
So we got that as $9,000. Okay. And closing inventory was $52,000 at cost, and its percentage was 24%, sir. And this value we need to understand, students, की ये जो value है 12,480, ये unrealized profit है closing inventory का. इस साल की जो इन्वेंट्री बच गई है उसका प्रॉफिट जो उसमें होगा वो हमने रिमूव करना है. तो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर यू टेक आउट द बैलेंस ऑफ दिस because we are maintaining an account. So 9,000 and 12,000 definitely. Everyone remembers increase will come here, right? Increase in this will come here. Increase in the getting it. Increase in the provision for unrealized profit will come here. Guys, following? And decrease will come here. But in this case, we are having an increase. Okay. So बट मैंने फॉर्मेट दिखा दिया आपको. Everyone got this clear? So here we go. We got 3,480 as the increase. Guys with me? Increase in provision for unrealized profit. That is the increase. And that's what you need to write it down here. Follow carefully. Provision for unrealized profit will become credit. So income statement will become debit. That is statement of profit and loss. And that is why you will have to subtract it. That this is the adjustment 3,480 you have to remove from the manufacturing profit. ये remove क्यों करें manufacturing profit से? Because ये profit अभी तक realize नहीं हुआ है. This profit is not realized. Everyone got this? This profit is not realized, so we cannot take into account this. Everyone got this clear? 118,920 is the profit, and then we'll get the total profit here. Okay, everyone getting it clear? 362,080 plus 118,920. We are getting it as 481,000. Guys, everyone with me following, let me know. 481,000 is the total profit now. Okay, trading and manufacturing both together. Everyone understood? Trading and manufacturing both together. If you have got this, I'll move forward then. Let me know I'm waiting, okay? If you have got this, I'll move forward this and this as well. Come on, quickly. 3,480 will be subtracted as is the unrealized profit adjustment. We have found out what was the opening unrealized profit and the closing unrealized profit from the closing inventory, opening unrealized profit from the opening inventory. And now it's very simple. You have to just go for expenses. Can I get response quickly? Less the expenses. Any problem?
Clear.
Okay, now we have to do the expenses. So it's very simple. We have only three types of expenses, students. We have administration and distribution now left. Okay, so administration and the selling and distribution. So make sure always remember because it's a company. Okay, so you have to be very careful. Just write down the word of administration expenses and show that you'll have to do a working on this, working number 3. Okay, and just write down selling and distribution and say that you will have to do a working on this to get the complete value. That is number 4. Okay, understood? Clear on this with me, guys? Following, any questions, any problems, let me know.
Clear.
So let's start working these here. Okay, if we talk about the administration first, W3 and administration first, so we can clearly see what is going to come in administration, students. Administration will be coming the office equipment. Okay, office equipment is related to administration expenses. What about carriage outwards कहाँ show करूँ? Selling and distribution expense में या administrative expense में? Think about it carefully. This is 223,500. Anyone? So we got this 223,500 as the basic expenses. Then you will find out the depreciation of the factory equipment. Okay, getting it clear? Depreciation is there and the rent is also there, right? Remember, the rent will also be proportion to that. So rent is very simple. 80,000 is the total amount. And how much is being apportioned to the administration? Administration will take respectively 5 is to 2 is to 3. So two ratio is going to administrative. Okay, so 80,000 into 2 over 10, or you can say 20% of the rent and rates are going to be done by this. It will be $16,000 from here. Depreciation will be, if we talk about the office equipment depreciation, everyone there with me getting it? Sir, office equipment depreciation is 15% per annum using straight line reducing balance method. So office equipment 32,000 is the depreciation and 66,000 is the asset. So here we go, sir. It will be simple. Make sure remember the word 66,000 cost minus depreciation. Guys, following whatever you get, 66,000 minus 32,000, 34,000 I am getting, sir, into 15%. Okay, guys, got it clear? Understood? Hello,
Yes.
following. So 34,000 into 15%, that is giving me 5,100. Add all of them and these will be your answers. Okay, so tell the examiner that here we go, I did it. 223,500 plus 16,000 of the rent and 5,100. Always remember carriage outwards will be counted as I said कि carriage outwards जो है वो जो आपके goods ready हो गए, finished हो गए, अब आपको goods को अपनी फैक्ट्री से शॉप पे भेजना है, आउटलेट से भेजना है, अपने ऑफिस पे भेजना है, तो वो आपका carriage outwards में काउंट होगा, which is selling and distribution cost. Okay, everyone got it clear? तो वो इसमें नहीं आएगा. ठीक है स्टूडेंट्स, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में नहीं आएगा. एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में सैलरीज आती हैं, ये चीज आ जाएगी. ओके, एवरीवन गॉट इट क्लियर? So we
Yes.
got this. This is set to 44,600 as the administration cost. Okay. Same goes for everyone with me, right? Same goes for, sir, the selling and distribution. So it will be first, पहले तो directly कर लेते हैं. 50% हो गया, 20% हो गया, तो rent कितना हो जाएगा? Simple, sir. $80,000 is the rent, which will be 10% only. Sorry, 30% is will be remaining, which will be given to the this one. So it will be 24,000. 80,000 into 30%. 24,000 is the rent. Getting it, falling students. Then you have depreciation as well of the office. Follow carefully. Office van किसके लिए use होगी? Selling and distribution के लिए use होगी, right? The word themselves suggest, okay, delivery van. It's clearly saying कि delivery van है. Make sure अगर मैं wording change कर दूँ ना, if I say that this is office van, तो फिर administration में आ जाएगा. Are you guys getting it? Just hold on. The azan is going on. Okay, let's continue. As I was saying that because the word itself suggests that it's delivery van, okay, and selling and distribution cost will require delivery van, so that's why it's coming in this. But if I change the question and I say that it's an office van, anything related to office will come in what? Administrative expenses. Okay, students. So you have to add carriage outwards in this. That is 6,200. Everyone with me? That's where I will add carriage outwards of 6,200, and the depreciation is only 20% using the straight line method. So you don't have to worry about the depreciation of delivery van. Just use the office equipment at cost, that is 66,000. So here we go. Depreciation of the office van, it is basically what? 66,000 into how much was the percentage? 20%, right? Yeah, 66,000 into 20%, if I'm not wrong. 66,000 and 20%. No, not 20%, must be something different. It was also 20% delivery van, okay, using straight line method. And it's 48,000 the cost, okay. So the cost is 48,000 and the rate is same. My bad. It is 48,000 into 20% the cost. Okay, guys, got it clear? So it's coming 9,600 as the depreciation for the office van. Rent we have got. Write down carriage outwards and add all of them. Okay, guys, with me following everyone? Carriage outwards is how much? Carriage outwards 6,200 was the carriage outwards. Okay, understood? Guys following? So what you do is simply, everyone with me getting it? Just add all of them. Let's do the addition here, okay? Guys following, clear? Any problem? So it will be
Clear.
24,000 plus 9,600 plus 6,200 plus the administration expenses already there. So the selling and distribution are 84,000 only. So adding them in the $84,000 as well, we got then the answer. Okay, 84,000 plus 24,000 plus 9,600 plus 6,200. I am getting that as 123,800. Okay, understood? That's it. You will get the final profit for the year. Okay, understood, students? Let me know. 244,600 plus 123,800. That is basically 368,400. 368,400. So 481,000 minus 368,400, that will be 112,600, okay? And that will result in the profit for the year, okay? Understood? Got it? Any problem, any questions? Let me know.
Clear.
Any questions? Let me know. Any, do look at this. Okay. 112,600, that's the profit for the year. Make sure show all the workings here. Once we are done with this, it's a 3 mark again auditing question that we have talked about, that this topic will come in simple parts. So 3 marks, the financial statements of W Limited, this company, for the year ended are ready to be audited. Explain the importance of true and fair view opinion in the auditor's report. So they're asking, just write down a couple of important points and notes that what does true and fair view importance is in the auditor's report. So we have discussed this in detail, that the true and fair view means, the true and fair view in the auditor's report means what? Anyone? Any points? That the financial statements are all of the things are, they are free from the errors, and they are free from the material misstatements, okay? The financial statements are representing, they are not overstated or understated. The final accounts are not overstated, understated. The true and fair view, so let's write it down. The true and fair view in the auditor's report indicates, the true and fair view in the auditor's report indicates that that financial statements are complying. Financial statements comply with the accounting standards. Financial statements comply with accounting, with international accounting standards, with accounting standards and legal requirements, okay? With accounting standards and legal requirements. Guys, following? Accounting standards and legal requirements. ये बिल्कुल सही है. The accounting policies adopted by the business are appropriate. So with accounting standards and legal requirements. Are you guys following? This is what I'm writing on my own. Okay, the true and fair view in the auditor's report will indicate that the financial statements, they comply with the accounting standards. सब कुछ सही है. Accounting standards से based है. Legal requirements से meet कर रहे हैं. उनके accounting methods भी, और क्या points लिख सकते हैं? Accounting methods and policies are completely appropriate, and the statements are free from errors. The statements are not understated, are accurate, reliable, and free from material errors, and free from, yeah, this is a very good word, free from material errors. Are you guys getting it? Free from material errors and misstatements. Free from material errors and misstatements. कोई ऐसी बात नहीं करी है जो कि कॉन्ट्रोडिक्ट कर रही हो, तो ये भी हमने पॉइंट लिख दिया. सही है. सो मेक श्योर आपने दो पॉइंट्स लिखने विद क्लियरली एक्सप्लेनेशन, ओके? और भी पढ़ लेते हैं कि द फाइनल स्टेटमेंट्स हैव कंप्लाइड. अगर मार्किंग स्कीम के पॉइंट्स पढ़ें तो उसमें यह है कि द अकाउंटिंग पॉलिसीज अडॉप्टेड आर एप्रोप्रिएट. आप ये पॉइंट लिख सकते हैं. बाकी वही पॉइंट्स हैं कि फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स फेथफुली रिप्रेजेंट द परफॉर्मेंस एंड फाइनेंशियल पोजीशन ऑफ द बिजनेस. बट दिस इज मोर एप्रोप्रिएट व्हाट आई हैव रिटन, कि अगर ट्रू एंड फेयर व्यू है, इट मींस व्हाट स्टूडेंट्स, कि दैट द फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स, they are made according to international accounting standards, all legal regulations are met, all accounting methods and policies are appropriate, they are credible, they are reliable, and they don't have much errors, they are free from the material errors, के बहुत ज़्यादा errors नहीं है, and there are no misstatements. जो उन्होंने कहा है वही हमें शो कर रहे हैं, ऑडिटर को वही शो करा गया है. ठीक है. जो डायरेक्टर्स कह रहे हैं वही ऑडिटर्स को मिला है. कोई भी एम्बिग्विटी या प्रॉब्लम्स नहीं है. ओके, गॉट इट? So in this question there was less theory but more numerics. Okay, guys, got it?
Yes.
Only 5 marks numerics, so only 5 marks theory, and 20 marks was of about working and calculation. So let me know any questions, any doubts, anything you didn't get it in manufacturing. I'll explain again. Quickly, come on.
No. It's clear.
Okay, thank you. Then we'll continue from here. Okay, bye. Allah
Okay.
Hafiz. Make sure
Love.
do